How's it going? Back at it again, and we are in year number 10. 10 years of the Royals franchise. And honestly, I don't know if there's an end in sight. We're in spring training here, and it looks like I'm going to have to mess with these numbers because they're changing so dramatically out of nowhere. I am actually starting to get a bit annoyed with it. And, yeah, we set up our spring training roster a game ago with all younger players. We want to focus on the younger players. Mark Carrara is not a younger player, but he will be getting in some time after just a miserable, piss poor season where he only hit 68 hits and 378 at bats. You know, there's definitely some red flags with the performance level. When you have a 500 OPS, it doesn't really feel like you should be a professional player, but, you know, the clock is ticking on Carrara for sure. But let's not even get all dramatic and sad about it. It is the debut in the spring training of the Fong twins, the Japanese outfielders that we found in 27? I'm not sure exactly what year it was. We drafted them when they were 18. They've been developing for 5 years. Hiroshi Fong probably be a bit further along if he didn't mess up his knee. But we will be using Hiroshi Fong in this game. And look at Robert Mahoney is playing for the Angels. I'm pretty sure that he was drafted by the Twins. I wanted Mahoney, I think, as my Witt replacement, and Mahoney ended up getting drafted, and we ended up taking Chad Bennett instead. So we took Chad Bennett as the fallback option, and Bennett actually had the higher ceiling and kind of more of an open book compared to Mahoney. Mahoney is a very good hitter, and he can move around pretty good. And obviously, I like people that can hit the ball compared to not. Bennett with his speed and his defense and
Hiroshi Fong.
Bennett became interesting with that
Off the plate,
kind
ball
of
one.
thing. But the biggest difference between Mahoney and Bennett was a college player, and Mahoney was a high schooler. I'm very shocked that we didn't just hit that ball right there on a good swing. And down 1-2 now to Kevin Hayashi. Outside to Hiroshi. 2-2. And he hits it weakly on the ground. Maybe we should have let it go, but we'll learn, hopefully. And Hayashi still pitching into the third, which is unique. Bases loaded, and Fong sends this into the gap, and he will push all of the runners home, and he will walk into a double. And what a way to make an impact immediately. A free run double for Hiroshi Fong. You know, it's very intriguing if we wanted to use Hiroshi Fong this year, what that would look like. I don't really know if I want to have him start the season on the roster. I think he is more likely to be a September call-up, and kind of used how we used some of the people last year. If having him in the playoffs. But I'm not sure.
Leading off for Kansas City.
You know, I guess it really depends how he plays in the spring. I really would like him to develop another year, though. He kind of got robbed of a year of development with the injury he had, and that really, it's honestly the biggest setback so far for him. He's played pretty well in the triple and the double A. He destroyed the double A, and he was handling the triple A pretty solidly. The injury kind of changed it a little bit, but still was a
Our final line score this
tear. Chad Bennett, 3 for 4 with 2 runs. That is intriguing. Yeah, we're just going to keep popping into these player locks. And now today we will use Joel Fong, the brother of Hiroshi, the first one I fought. And I thought Joel was going to have the higher ceiling at first than Hiroshi, but through time and scouting, we soon found out that Hiroshi Fong was one of the most talented players at the draft. And when it came down to choosing between Hiroshi and Joel, I believe we had pick number 9, and we took Hiroshi. It's with a higher ceiling, and we hoped and prayed that Joel would fall to us.
And now,
Fortunately, Joel did not, and we had to give up a couple prospects that we liked and that we might see in the MLB pretty soon. And we had to trade for Joel because there was no way that I was not going to get Japanese twin outfielders when I had the opportunity.
leading off the afternoon for Kansas City.
And here is the brother of Hiroshi. It is Joel Fong. And weakly hit on the ground. A bad slurve, and Fong gonna be out anyway. Now that I've had like 2 or 3 days off of baseball, it definitely feels good once you get a season over to take a little bit of a break, kind of keep the interest.
The center fielder,
Good to see Mark Carrara hit a home run. Here's Joel Fong against Cole Winn in the 3rd. And he absolutely belts this one. I'll say this, man, Cole Winn is not doing that good of a job right now. He's already given us 2 very good pitches to hit.
Hiroshi Fong. The batter, the designated hitter.
You know, Joel is definitely a year away. He is not, unlike Hiroshi, he is not quite ready to be the center fielder here. And yeah, that was on me. It's gonna be a triple. And this is even worse. I am just making it worse for Joel. Yeah, he's definitely a year away though. But
Now batting, the center fielder, Joel.
I think Joel could easily be a good starting center fielder for us. How I envision it is that we would have Joel in center, Hiroshi in either left or right, and then Juan Castro in left or right.
Hiroshi.
That's how I envision the outfield being. And with Wyatt Langford, his contract ending after this year, I just don't think it's very likely that we're going to sign him. He's going to have another good year, and he will be deserving of top market, and his morale isn't even good right now either. So not looking too good for an extension for Langford. And it bounces for a base hit. Eximo Acosta.
Hitting for the Royals.
And Joel will be subbed out. Arturo Torres
The final line score for our ball game this afternoon. First for the victorious Rangers.
gets the win, and he was a first-year draft guy. Drafted by the Oakland Athletics in the top 5 of that draft that we took Fernando Almanzar. Yep, we're just going to keep moving down the line. And I don't really think we need to see Nixon Lane play. He is going to be on the team for sure. I don't see him playing in the minors again, unless something dramatic happens. The limited time he played, he showed his worth very quickly. He almost had as many hits as Carrara had in a month. But I think for this game, let's get Chad Bennett. Let's see what Chad Bennett can do. Bronson Aaron, he's doing pretty good, man. That's good to see. Someone that could easily be on the spring training roster right now is Diego Fuentes. He had a stellar year of hitting above 300 in AAA, and for a while hitting 400. And if he has another year like that, it's going to be hard to say no to him next year. And he's definitely someone to watch out for this year to climb in the ranks and the prospect. Right now, I think he is the guy past everyone that's on the 40-man right now. Like, he is the next guy to be on the 40-man potentially. The 40-man is not full right now. I do have, I think, a spot open, and I'm going to be trading somebody probably as well. So it's gonna be interesting, the decisions we make going into the future. And Bennett gonna pop it up. Wish I would have hit that first pitch we seen. That was a way better pitch. Kumar Rocker, only 33. I figured he'd be a bit older, but
0-1.
2 strikeouts a game ago for Bennett.
1-1.
One's outside from Rocker. Still got that electric fastball, and I believe he went to Vanderbilt. And a swing and a miss.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And he struck out Bennett again. And this is on the ground. And again, I mess up the throw. I'm just too baked right now, I'll say. Can't even field the ball. I was so good at fielding too.
Designated hitter, Justin Foscue.
What a throw from Bennett there. But if you don't bring back Wyatt Langford, I think I need to lock in for this Palencia at bat though. Yeah, he's throws a bit too fast for Bennett. Thinking this is gonna end in a bad way. It does. But if we don't re-sign Langford, you know, the person who would be expiring after the season after this season is Bobby Witt Jr. What do you do with Bobby Witt Jr.? Now, I think Bobby Witt Jr. is the man, and I don't see a world where
Final line score for our ball.
I don't bring him back. I have to keep Bobby Witt. I think I owe it to the team to keep one of these guys, and why not make Bobby Witt a Royal for life? I feel good about doing that. You know, he's got this year and then next year, and he'll be 34 or 35 when he's a free agent. I'd like to keep Witt in the organization like I did with Salvador Perez. Witt will be a Royal for life. If he's not good enough to play, I mean, he'll be sent down and stuff like that. But, you know, I'll keep him on the team as long as I can, even if he's coming off the bench. You know, he is a Royal for life. I cannot let Witt walk out the door. I will make every attempt to re-sign him. And why not get a game in with Tim Wells? He came in and hit the biggest home run maybe of the postseason other than the game winner in the World Series. He hit a 2-run home run in Yankee Stadium to tie the game. And then Jordan Walker followed it up with the go-ahead home run and the game winner. Like he did so often. You know, with Walker down, it has to be Witt and Langford's team, and honestly, I'm expecting it to be Langford being. Mike keeps shutting itself off. I expect Langford to be the best player. Either him or Witt, but I'm more expecting it to be Witt. I mean, Langford. I just screwed that up.
1-1.
But and then next year, you know, it's basically Witt's team. I mean, again, and to be
One ball, 2 strikes.
fair, when it was Witt's team before, we lost Game 7 in the World Series. We were not able to get over the top. Wells strikes out, but when it was his team on this game, we
The second
did not
baseman,
win a championship.
Noah Curtis.
And after losing to the Dodgers, you know, we bring in Alvarez, we brought in other players
Now batting.
to try to get over the
left-hander,
top, and we finally did, but
Wells.
he has not done it technically on his own as the man. I was gonna hit himself into an out. And that should probably do it with him. Pete Crow Armstrong, PCA out here. And Carrara. And Tim Wells will come out of the game. So didn't get to do much with him. Jose Alvarado still is pitching, and he is a beast still. He's one of the biggest surprises of the series, I think. It's just how dominant Jose Alvarado has been. Still an 89 overall at age 37. He just keeps getting better year after year after year, and he's been a Cub for a very while. He had one bad year, and it's been just amazing pitching in baseball from him. Where's his saves at? 359. You know, you'd think he'd have a bit more, but don't believe he got to close as much early on in his career. 0-4 in spring training. This is all backup players playing, but it is still concerning. Omar Moya is pitching, and he went third in the first year draft that we had. And yeah, let's get a game in with Chris Feliz. Or Velez. He's hitting 0.91 right now. That is very concerning. It doesn't seem like he wants to make the roster. His discipline is very shaky, and you know, Carrara struggled as well when he played, and seeing it from his first base counterpart, both from Mexico. And here is Chris.
The first baseman, Chris Feliz.
Chris Feliz.
0-1.
Well, yeah, 90 overall now, and one more year until he hits free agency. And here is Chris Feliz saying hello with a huge home run. He absolutely annihilated that one. That at least went 400, and it sure did. He absolutely annihilates this pitch. Something that Moya is probably used to playing in Colorado is giving up the big home run, and I don't even know how you can focus when you got a mustache that crazy. Chris Feliz did an Adrian Beltre-like home run on his knees. And that helped his average a ton. Here's Chase Dollander. And he got a good pitch to hit, he just didn't get enough of it. And Feliz, it's the big home run ball, and he wins the player of the game. Gotta like that. Bennett, another good game for him. Castro hit a triple. And we finally win our first spring training game. And here's the rematch against San Diego. It will come in spring training, and it will be our B team. I like the numbers I'm seeing from Santana so far, though. I want to see the strikeouts go up, but you know, beggars can't be choosers, I guess. And Santana, he's been added to the 40-man. He is definitely a very interesting player. And definitely someone to watch out for to make this rotation sooner than later. And who do we want to use? I think we want to use Hiroshi, and he has struggled down here in spring training as well. Not off to a good start. Here's Jose Miranda. He went to go play with the Padres. My early prediction would be Padres-Yankees World Series in 2033. I don't think we'll make the playoffs. We definitely can and should, but it's no guarantee. With the way that the division's been going,
Ladies and gentlemen,
it's up for grabs. You know, it's a 4-team race until the White Sox prove that they can win more than 70 games. Losing another 100 games a season ago. We're 10 years in, and the White Sox have not even,
Hiroshi.
I think, had a winning record. And you'd think they'd get it right by now, and I don't know, the game's a bit cruel for making them not good for that long. I feel like we will win 3 World Series before the White Sox even compete for one. That's my prediction. Hiroshi Fong, and it loops for a base hit. Pearson still trying to get over the demons of losing a World Series.
Batting eighth, the designated hitter.
Is Jose Miranda
Miranda.
against Santana. And a good base hit. Here's Hiroshi against Dylan Lesko when he got tore up. The game he played, and a bit early on that one, and Fong
He's out.
will be thrown out.
Leading off
Elijah
for
Green,
the
a
Padres,
huge
the center fielder.
huge
Elijah
piece.
Green.
It's Hiroshi Fong against Moses Rosnoy, a former first-round pick. Went back and I watched the draft from 2024, and it was very intriguing to go back and see the draft picks and kind of remember the players who were good. And it's not really fair to judge those players yet. Have to wait at least another year before we could do that. Weekly hit in the air, and this should be an out. Just not doing too much success so far with Hiroshi. Jordan Diaz up to hit. Runner on first. And a base hit for Diaz. Fong keeps the play. That'll do it for Hiroshi. Jose Miranda, 2 doubles, 4 for 4. Gave us the virtual middle finger. Wow, Tim Wells has really struggled. I was kind of hoping that Wells could earn a spot on this roster, but not liking what I'm seeing. Bronson Aaron, he has no RBIs and home runs, but he's hitting for .389. Bennett hitting .350. Want to use Bronson Aaron at least once for the experience, and you know, I kind of wanted Aaron to be that guy, be our catcher. And if Aaron continues to play well, I mean, he'll probably make the roster as the backup, because we don't have a backup catcher right now. And if Aaron can't play there, then we'll have to make a signing for one, or a trade. Was Francisco Mejia in free agency, but I didn't want to bring him in yet. And if he gets signed, he gets signed. That's fine.
The catcher,
But
Bronson Aaron.
wanted to give Bronson Aaron a chance to make the team, and take Bronson Aaron. Oh my goodness, Aaron, he I already can't believe he missed it. Tim Wells with the steal. Oh wow, how did... Every time we don't hit it, I'm just getting shocked at this point. That was... And we just hit it weakly on that one. I was a bit early on that one. Can't believe it. He had like 3 solid pitches that at bat, and he missed all of them. And Julio Rodriguez a home run. And this one hit straight up into the air, weakly, and caught. That would be Michael Layton. Generational talent, and I don't really think we had many generational players in this series so far. I think we had 2 or 3 out of the 9 drafts, so it's been limited experience when it comes to that. In the air, Aaron with the shades makes the catch. Aaron getting a chance here against Yoan Adon. He has left Detroit, and he is now on Seattle. Who is signing Yoan Adon? He's actually a 77 overall.
Ball high.
Adon is definitely a different type of pitcher you don't see too often. Don's kind of like the little brother you always beat up or, you know, push, or he's easy to bully around, and Don's usually never does well for a good time. It's just not that guy. Milt Ryder, the player of the game, and Michael Layton gets a triple. Rodriguez the home run. Felipe Atoro gets a good play. And playing the White Sox here in spring training, why not? Why not? Yeah, Chris Feliz still struggling. I'm just amazed that a lot of these people don't have RBIs. Like Carrara not even hitting 100. He set a new standard for himself. He couldn't hit 200. Now he can't even hit 100. He is just continuing to disappoint like no other player I've ever seen. And I did it to myself, you know. I needed to make Carrara a DH, and I forced him to play third. And now he's just a defensive first player, and we overpaid him. And that standard, he is not worth that contract. He won't be worth that contract maybe ever. And he's making too much money to send down to the AAA again. And, you know, pretty soon I'm just going to be tired of it, and he's just going to have to leave. It's unfortunate, but we have so many third base players that can do better. He was always viewed as a project when we drafted him. You know, I kind of projected him to be, you know, a freaking beast at switch hitting and smashing the ball. But his power's never grown to that level that we wanted it to. And it's really,
the second baseman,
you know, just brought some bad results. Here's Noah Curtis with a base hit. Will be a free agent soon.
Batting six.
He'll be a free agent in 2 years, along with Bobby Witt.
Chris.
So, you know, you don't know what we're gonna do with Curtis. You know, he
Mitchell.
got called up. He had that amazing 2-home run game, and we just never earned a spot. And yeah, we just made a terrible decision there. But we hold on to the lead somehow. Here's Kelly pitching into the third, and Curtis. Probably not wise for him to go after every pitch thrown to him. You know, I gotta remind myself that not every player is Jordan Walker or Witt. They're not going to be able to hit those high and in pitches all the time. You got to wait for something good, and you got to earn it. That's what I need to start doing better with some of these players before they can, you know, turn into the star I think they all are already. Not going to throw it to home this time.
He's out.
Now batting second.
And here's Noah Curtis against Schuster from the left side. And a base hit.
Now batting the first base.
Here's Scott Fowler up to hit. And we did it again. Yeah, you guys are just gonna have to see me bad, I guess. Tim Wells free, 2 for free and 4 RBI. That's good to see. I want to get a game in with Patrick Franco. I don't think we've ever used Franco yet. And we'll have to see what he can do. And he will throw home. And he will get him out.
The right fielder.
Franco has a super weak arm now. I thought that was Tim Wells for a minute.
Franco.
It's Patrick Franco though. You know, thinking back on it, honestly, I should have gave Roosevelt Bell a shot in spring training. I just wasn't trying to add that many outfielders to my 40-man. And here I am, swinging at the worst pitch as possible. And there's a base hit once we stop. There we go. Feliz hits a 2-run home run, and here's Sylvester McKay, and a very good young pitcher. I'm just waiting for the Athletics to be the team to beat, but being in the division with the Mariners and the Astros,
The left fielder.
Doesn't make it easy.
Franco.
Oh, one's the count.
Hey, let it rip one time.
And he went.
Did he go?
They just bailed us out. For sure swung.
Nope, that's foul.
Hey, come on now.
Ball
And he almost hit Franco. That was pretty close. He struck him out. Here's Jackson Holiday. He's in his prime of his career. And past Franco. And Holiday might get a triple out of this. And the throw will get him. He's safe. Wow, what a play from Holiday to not get tagged.
Pinch hitting for the Royals.
Jackson Holiday, the player of the game, with a home run and a triple. Washington did not have the best of games. Let's get another game in with Bronson Aaron. Wow, they look a lot different, man. They got Nathaniel Lowe, Gleyber Torres. They got Chorio. Wow, Cleveland is Jack Zelensky. They've definitely added. Kind of had a scrap heap team for years, and now they've added. And here's Eddie Zamora, a former competitive balance first-round pick, I believe, from Colorado. Yeah, pitched in Colorado for many years. He was picked in the 24 draft as well. It was a very pitcher-heavy draft that year, and drafted all pitchers that year as well. And Bronson Aaron says sayonara to that one. This will go over the wall. Make it 2-0.
The left fielder. Patrick.
Wish it would have been gone, but
Get your spot here.
Batting seven. The shortstop.
now that it's 2-2, I definitely wish it was gone. And here's Harding pitching. Up in the air.
Got room, got room, got room, got room.
And out.
Hey, get your pitch. Driver right here.
Eddie Zamora.
Yeah.
97
Oh, one's the
high.
count.
A third-round pick, actually. No, this is Bronson Aaron. I'm an idiot. Never mind.
Aye. 0-2.
Had some bad years out in Colorado. Definitely gave up the home run ball a lot early on in his career. And just swing and a miss. Not for myself any favors there. It's Gleyber Torres. And the catch is made. Now it's Aaron up to hit again, going against Charlton Lombardo.
Hey. 0-1. Hey.
What am I doing?
0-2 is the count. Ball inside.
I don't blame him for just continuing the pitch there if I'm just going to swing. He hits Aaron, so that's kind of what you deal with when you do pitch that far in. I haven't been hit by a pitch in a while. I kind of forgot that was even a thing. Didn't happen in the playoffs at all. Maybe once. Oh, 4 shutout innings from Kirby Cologne. I'm gonna go Tim Wells here. Carraro with his usual side plate there. Snowflake special. Really hope Carrara can break out and just prove everything wrong. I think a breakout year for Carrara is like a 220 average and 30 home runs. I just don't see it coming. But if he did, you know, that'd be cool. But I just doubt it. I truly doubt it
Leading off
at this
for the
point.
Royals, the left fielder, Tim Wells.
Seems to be more and more of a bust as the days go on, and wow. Throwing a sinker 83 miles an hour. Maybe we need to adjust to that. He only can hit 90. This is a different type of pitcher here.
1 ball.
25 years old this Cologne is. Probably one of the Reds' good young pitching prospects.
Nope, that's off the plate. Ball 2.
Hey, get your pitch up there.
And he blew it by Wells at 88 miles an hour. Can't strike out like that, man.
Now batting, the left fielder, Tim Wells.
Yeah, it's a typical spring training performance for me. I'm just not picking up on the ball well. Maybe we'll go to critical situations here. We might do one more player lock and then go to just try to do critical situations perhaps. It's going to be a good catch from Wells. Lane, he gets an RBI.
Yeah. 0-1's the count.
I don't believe Wells is number 68 in the MLB, but maybe. That'd be pretty funny if he was. And strike free for Wells. He's not doing himself any favors.
Our final line
I have to think that that home run in the playoffs was complete luck at this point. Yeah, see, the game will do that. If you have the same last name as someone, they will mess it up. So they think Tim Wells is Morgan Wells, and he surely is not on that level. just to go over. Yeah, we'll wait. 4-7. Let's go one more game with a player lock here and go with Curtis again, why not? I kind of like the game we played with Curtis earlier. That was kind of fun. I haven't used Curtis in quite some time, actually. And who can forget about the Canadian third baseman or first baseman? Oh, gotta check that again. It might be the first base, actually. There's Jonathan Bush, one of the other generational players, and coming off a 32 home run season. Would have loved to have had a chance to draft Bush, but get to witness his career, and this is
He's in there.
not going to get Bush with his speed. Here's Pete Crow Armstrong now. Bush on second.
Out.
And advancing the runner over is Pete Crow.
Leading up for the Royals,
And here is Noah
Second
Curtis against Johan Oviedo.
Curtis.
He can hit 99. And he
Batting
is
six.
out.
Hey, you guys, no
0-1.
Let's go.
Second round pick in the 25 draft was Curtis. And, you know, over time, you know, other than Gerald Donaldson, that draft has really not produced solid MLB players. Like, yes, Curtis is a decent player, but he's not a starter. He's not on Gerald Donaldson's level when it comes to
Curtis.
production or,
Let's go, come on.
you know, anything like that. Maybe this could be the year for him now. 6-year career for Kansas City. Wow. Been quite some time, and he's going to hit into a double play here, and
He's out.
he's got to work the at-bat better than that, but that'll do it for him. We'll just play critical situations here. Carrara gets player of the game. Sure. And we're trying to make the save here with Wetzel and see what he can do.
The batter, the second baseman, Miguel Rosales.
Hey!
Oh, you want to put it there, Wetzel?
0-1's the count.
And up in the air to Castro. Come on, Castro. You can't even throw it to the relay guy. Maybe Castro will be the one playing left
The
field.
right fielder, number 13, Anthony Gutierrez.
Hey!
Gotta adjust to Wetzel's delivery here.
1-1. Hey! Three!
And he punches him out for the win. Edgar Vargas, man, how didn't I play against him? I didn't even know he was pitching. That would have been a great game to play your lock. I'm gonna play a 9 inning game against Vargas next year if I can. Or this season, whatever. Let's enter the game here and see if we can come back. Going against Bubba Chandler. He helped us win the one World Series, and then we moved on from him, I think, a year ago, and here he is. Oh, we moved on from him in 32. Had a terrible year, too. Yeah, it was a year ago, then. He didn't play on the World Series team. He got a ring, though. Chandler. Got Chandler for making a trade with Pittsburgh for Seth Lugo, I think, back in the day. And we let Chandler develop a bit, and then we ran out of options pretty quickly, and we just kind of had him on the team, and he played pretty well. Going back to him for a second, but we had a couple solid years early on. And it kind of got a bit worse as time went on. He just, wasn't as good for whatever reason. The whip has always been good, though. Last year was probably the worst year when it came to that. This one weakly hit in the air, and a good chance is blown.
Pinch hitting for the Diamondbacks, number 27, Nico Savada.
And here's Tuttle gonna throw out Cavadas.
The batter, number 35.
Royce Lewis. We thought about signing Lewis the one year. I think that was the Jordan Walker year. And we watched him go to Arizona. It was interesting for sure.
3-0.
Didn't have a good year a year ago though, only 240. He's gonna walk.
Pinch hitting for the Diamondbacks, number 28.
Go with Joey Bart over Toglia, and on the ground to Carrara. Flipping it to Witt and out.
Now pitching for Arizona, number 7.
Here's Bronson Aaron against Jacob Burnett.
Leading up for the Royals, the catcher, Bronson Aaron.
Big swing on that one.
0-1.
Burnett a fastball and a changeup. That's all he offers. He's going to try to trick you with the speeds and move the baseball around up and down, side to side. Kind of like they all do, but good changeup on the edge. That one hung over the middle, but late swing on it, and not going to do you any good on that. Chad Bennett against Burnett. This one fouled back. Burnett pitching it where he wants to. He is looking pretty good right now. And this is going to be a close play with his speed, and he is out. What a throw.
Up next to the Royals, the third
And
baseman,
your last out is Mark Carrara. This is the manager's worst nightmare. To have Carrara as your last out. He will make it very quick and fast and based. Swing and a miss.
0-2. 1-2. That's the ball. 2-2.
And he struck out Carrara with a high fastball. Roshi Fong, 2 hits. Not a bad game, just didn't finish it. The Athletics come back and win. Now we're in the 10th inning against Ian Pack. I want to hop in for this moment. Bobby Witt at the plate. He's got maybe his future replacement on second base with the speed to match Witt. You know, Bennett could potentially be a second baseman a year from now. You know, that second base spot is very open for the taking, and you know, maybe third is as well. Witt's gonna hit this one hard and down the line, and Bennett's gonna easily make it. Witt's gonna cruise around, and Witt's going for third. And it's a 2-run triple for Witt in the 10th inning.
The batter number 1, second baseman.
That'll do it for Pack, and here's Thomas Pear
Now pitching for the
against
Rockies,
Garrett Reed.
number 25, Thomas Fair.
He's got that uppercut swinging. And Garrett Reed is doing very well. Way inside. And Reed's just going to go the other way and get a blue base hit. Sometimes in this game, you just got to get lucky.
The left fielder, number 23, Patrick.
Now it's Patrick Franco.
That's a ball. 1-0. Yeehaw!
Here blows a fastball right by him. You can't
ball,
think
one
about
strike.
it when you throw a 99. You just got to swing. Now he quick pitches a slurve, and I hate quick pitches. That's the one thing I hate. I can't stand them. At their mercy when they quick pitch me like that. Andres Villalobos
Here!
to swing. He's still got
No
2
ball, one
options.
strike.
I don't know if Villalobos will ever make the team, to be honest, though. It's really going to have to break out in a significant way to really grab my attention at this point. He's starting to just feel like a minor league player at this point. He's 26. And if it's not now, then when is it going to be with a player like him?
Yeehaw! 0-1. Ball. Ball, that's high. Full count.
Up in the air to cross.
Wood. 0-1. Drag 2. 0-2.
Ramos strikes out. Villalobos
He's going.
hits the out. And Diego Quintera, he is the guy who stole, I believe it was game 1 of the World Series we were supposed to win. And he hit a home run off of Ben Joyce. That
0-2.
changed the series forever. We might have had 3 World Series already if it wasn't for Quintera. Cartea. Definitely changed the series when he hit that home run.
Final line score this afternoon.
What gets player of the game? Good to see. Let's go in and hit. We got Gavin Cross with an at-bat. That's intriguing. I kind of like having the starters be the backups. You know, you don't really need to evaluate people you know that are going to be on your team already. Like what we did this year. Here's World Series MVP Gavin Cross, the top prospect when we started this franchise at the beginning. And he won the World Series MVP. His own real award at 32 years old. If you want one reward in your career, that's terrible.
No ball, 2 strikes.
If you want one award in your career, it's gonna be that one. Struck him out though.
Time.
Let's get Jazz Chisholm in here, man.
Pinch hitting for the Royals. Number 2, Jazz.
Haven't used Jazz Chisholm yet, and he's the only free agent I signed, I believe. One of the 2, I believe. Man, he's got some good clutch, so I like what I see here from Jazz. He evaded me his first year in free agency. He turned me down and stayed in Miami. But the second time around, I made sure that I could bring Jazz Chisholm in. I kind of just viewed him as a fun player to bring in and, you know, fill that spot. We don't have any Gleyber Torres on our team. That won't let him play second base. He will be the second baseman. We're playing Cleveland? That's how much I've been paying attention. Can't believe they crashed my game. This will be my last appearance in spring training. I'm going to move on to cutting down the roster after this moment. Got Curtis on second, no outs. Mark Carrara up to hit against the closer,
Up next for the
Duvall.
Royals, the third baseman, Mark.
Stephen Duvall, one of the better White Sox selections. Again. And Carrara is going to get the tying run in, or is he? Yes, he will, with a bad throw from left.
Now pitching for the White Sox,
Carrara
number
at
37,
the hit that you'd want him to get.
Santiago.
Here's Santiago. Chopped it down the line, but foul.
Hey! 0-2. He got time.
Quinn Santiago up to 0-2. On the ground weak, and this will get Carrara, but not Bennett. Gonna test Bennett's speed. Gonna wait one pitch probably.
Hey!
And probably shouldn't have.
Hey!
Quick pitch hit, and Bennett, it doesn't matter. Here's Langford.
Hey!
He struck out Langford. Now it's Juan Castro. And Juan Castro delivers, and we need to see him do this more often. And the Royals win off Juan Castro's extra base hit. Get Bennett to steal, and then Juan Castro finishes the job with a walk-off. I think might as well end spring training play on a good note with that one. Chad Bennett, the player of the game, he got a home run, and then he gets the game-winning run. And spring training coming to an end. Let's get a good look. Good look at stats here, and look at Hiroshi Fong. He turned it up. 25 hits for him. Aaron had 24. Aaron at 27 is definitely going to be on this roster. He has earned his spot. Garrett Reed in limited at-bats had success, but not too impressed. You know, some bad ones here from a lot of players here actually didn't have the best. Lee Yoder, maybe we have to move on from him as well. When you look at pitching, Santana did not have a good spring training. He'll be in it. Ooh, wow, he went down in overall. Didn't even know that could happen in spring training. It's the first time I don't even want to lie or anything, but I've never seen that happen before. Wow, that is concerning in a way. Let's just go do this roster now. Let's actually make it a bit easier. Well, no. Just cut the easy ones first, I guess. Lobos will go to AAA. Garrett Reed will go back to AAA. Joao Fong will go back to AAA. Tough it is. Hiroshi. I want him to fine tune his game a bit more in AAA. But maybe he'll be even back sooner than I think. We'll see. Alvis Ruiz. Definitely not be on this team. Santana. Head back to AAA. Chris Feliz. Back to AAA. Anthony Gomez. Send him to AA. I believe that's where he was. Before I go further, I want to just kind of establish what I have here. On the bench, got Bronson, Aaron, Franco. Maybe we keep Yoder on the bench and push Wells down. I don't know. Would it be better for Wells to be up here playing, or would it be better for see what we got with Yoder? As good as Bennett has played, I want him to continue to get better. Down low, he is a great story, but maybe I have to trade Franco as well. I'm gonna continue to let Irvin List develop more. Beckham as well. Need to get rid of 2 more players and I'd love for Wellesley to be up here, but he just can't really play the field yet, and don't know if I want that big of a liability on my bench. I mean, it would be nice to use him as a pinch hitter, but I don't know. Wes has a way better arm, just the reaction and speed are not really comparable. Maybe we trade Yoder instead. I don't know. He's got this. Does he got discipline? Yeah, he's got discipline. What about Franco? Yeah, I know Franco can go, actually. I don't really see the need. Franco is just not that guy, I guess. Might as well have Wells be a pinch hitter now. I trust myself with him more than I do with Franco. So, guess we have 2 people to trade now. And first year player, first year draft, Tim Horner. It's time we do it. Finding a team that truly needs him is kind of that tough part. Everyone has pretty solid pitching. You know, with the Phillies, they got Elvis Albert. Maybe the Phillies are the team that fits Horner. I was thinking the Braves as well, because they have a need, but I think there was another team. Maybe it was the Mariners. And the White Sox probably could use Horner, but they have a lot of young pitchers too. Tampa Bay was the team, and I was thinking Waldichuk would regress, and they would just hand the ball over to Horner. But I don't know. I mean, looking at the Phillies, they might actually need him a bit more. They don't really have young pitching in their thing other than Tommy Kang. So I guess we do need a catcher. What the heck? The Phillies? What is this? Oh, I know where I'm gonna go if I ever need one in the future. Jeez Louise. Is he really on the 40-man roster right now? What are the Phillies doing, dude? Phillies are a train wreck on this game right now. Holy cow. I'm actually very concerned with them. I'll just give you Tim Horner, honestly, at this point. I'm just really don't need anything back, honestly. I was gonna trade Franco, and it's really not probably such a good place for him though. I guess the Mariners could use Franco, but they got a rookie there. I think they'd rather go with him. You could potentially say the Astros are in need with Jacob Melton potentially not being there after this year. The White Sox, I guess, but Carmen Pinero actually had a pretty good spring. I've seen him hitting the ball well. Cardinals definitely could use him. That might be the team. Not really in the mood to make the Mariners any better anyway. I think them and the Yankees are the teams to beat in the AL this year. We move on from Patrick Franco a year after trading Miguel Garcia for him and another player. We don't see the need to have him anymore. These outfielders are loaded. I think that brings our roster to 26. And that'll do it for spring training then. We're ranked first in contact, fifth ranked team, fifth in power, third in pitching, seventh in speed. Carson Wisenhunt has been put on waivers. Shane Baz is on waivers. Wow, I might be waiver for Victor Scott or, wow. My game just froze. Or did it? No, it didn't freeze. Wow, Dwayne Rose is a waiver pickup? What? What are the Astros doing? I'll be shocked if no one claims Dwayne Rose. If someone doesn't have a good pitcher and they're not claiming Dwayne Rose. Joey Gallo at age 39. What are you guys doing, man? 390,000. Man, plays Jordan Centric Mullins. Wow, Dwayne Rose, man, is super intriguing, man. It's almost like cheating if you take a Dwayne Rose away. But I'm gonna let him go. That one really shocked me. Looking at the top prospects, Bryant Barron, number 1. And coming in at number 3 and 4, Jack Steele and Sally Denson. I think Denson will play in AA, but I'm not sure about Steele yet. I'm gonna have to come up with those rosters later. He can throw a knuckleball? What? I got a knuckleballer. Jack Steele is a knuckleballer, guys. Go figure that the best pitching prospect I've ever drafted is a knuckleballer. I didn't even know when I was drafting him that he was. Wow. Wow. We have 4 top 10 prospects right now with Howard Hanna and Mark Taguchi as well. Get Hiroshi Fong at 23 now. Copeland at 30. Winston Bryant down at 68 with Claudio Ramos starting to mature. I expect a big year from him. Want to see him get better. Benny Fajita, he's at 97. Of course, we got our first round pick, Scott Donnelly. Very intrigued with him. Rico Franco. You know, it just continues to get interesting here. Of course, we talked about Diego Fuentes earlier. Man, Diego Cabrera will make this will be his rookie year. He will definitely be pitching a lot this year. But some things to look out for this year. Of course, people getting called up, which who knows. You know, of course, we got rookie years on the majors here with Bronson Aaron's a rookie, Yoder a rookie, Wetzel makes the team, he's a rookie. You got Nixon Lane, his rookie year. Tim Wells' his rookie year. Dude Odell is still considered a rookie. And, you know, even got interesting stories like Bobby Witt chased the 3,000 hits. He's 138 away. And with the projections, he's never had a season under 145 so far. So at some point during the season, we're going to be trying to get Bobby Witt's 2,000th career hit. And I'm going to be very excited to see that. Only 25 RBIs away from 1,000 as well for him, so might have to track that as well. You know, anything else? You know, or watch Langford for sure, see what he can do. Montoya. You know. About Donaldson, is he close? He's 12 home runs away from 100 career home runs. He's already 29 though, so don't think we're going to make a big deal out of that. Yeah, you don't know. Really nothing too monumentous to watch. 6 home runs away for Chisholm for 300 home runs. At least that's intriguing. You know, maybe Bernardo Rodriguez can hit 224 times and get 1,000 hits this year, but I don't see that coming. Yeah, not really much to look for other than the rookies, and Bobby Witt chased the 2,000 career hits. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I think year 10 will be fun. We'll have to see, but it's still going to be fun with the rookies. Want to see if we can actually get someone to win the Rookie of the Year for us. Big goal of mine, but you just can't force it. It just happens, so. Yeah, we hope it's another good year for us. And I'm out.